I get born here, and here is a beautiful, beautiful place, very, very small, with very big mountains, but not so big as like in Himalaya. And in this way, for us that we love climbing, we love trekking, Himalaya, Nepal is the paradise. So I was many times come the idea to fly there, to see with my eyes, to step in these mountains. So in 2000 I take a flight to Kathmandu, to Tibet, to the Mount Kailash. So this opportunity give me other chance, not only the mountains. I find a lot of people, a mood of life that I couldn't believe before, and I get in love with these people, with this mood of life. It's a part of us. We live with the mountains. We have a big connection with the mountains. Sometimes bring negative points, but the positive points are the major. So it's a style of life, and you with the mountains you get closer with the nature. So it's a big opportunity. It's not an easy life on the mountains, but it's make you stronger. You start to see what you have, what you really are. We don't have helps outside of you. You are alone with your partner, and your partner is the nature. So we lived with less compromise. The mountains give you the opportunity to stay alone with your thoughts, to digest your thoughts. I spend a lot of time in Tibet alone in the desert, and I was not afraid about it, but I found out a lot of parts of myself that here in the normal life I didn't appreciate, and that is a big a point that make me a little bit, I hope, better. When you work honestly, you can help a lot of people without making big things. With normal things, you can change the life of many young people. You can give them the opportunity. Of course, you have to make some. You have to stop your life a little bit, but what you give is nothing. Instead, what they give you back. I was 3 days in Kathmandu. I arrived them, and I was thinking Kathmandu is like St. Moritz, because I make Kathmandu with the connection with the mountains. So I think green trees like in my small village, but was not the same. I found and I saw a lot of poor people and in my life I haven't made this experience, and I was shocked. And Kathmandu is a city with a lot of people, a lot of pollution, and so on. So I was planning to go in the high mountains. So I didn't stay in Kathmandu. I went in the hills to be trained. So I found this small school, was 2 classes, and I was impressed about the teaching methods and so on. So I stayed a few hours there. Then I went to Tibet. I stayed there 1 month. When I come back, in my mind was this story of this school, and I decided to spend the last hours with them. So I stayed there. We make a big festival, you know, because I think I was the first white man there. So they was asking me all, and I got impressed because they didn't have, they was not hungry with me. They was curious. They was asking me. Here, when you see a foreign, you get a little bit impressed in negatives. There was completely on their mood to touch, to all, and I got impressed about this. So my money was finished. So I say I will send you some money for you, for a small family that couldn't pay the salary, and I have done this one. The first try was not successful because they got the photos, they got the letter, and the money was somewhere lost. And I say, please open a bank account, so I will send the money that I promise you. And so get. 1 year later, with a group of climbers, we went to base camp of Everest, and we visited the school again. The people was more ready to collect some money, so we leave some money there, and so on. So 2 years later, we build our NGO. So because I see a lot of interest in my friends to continue this experience. With this small money that we got every year, they have the possibility to pay the salary of the teachers. So every year I found 1 class more. In this period was some problems in Nepal because was the civil war, and in 2006 they stopped the war, became a democracy, and 2007 we built the first school. The first school is the Splendid Valley English School. Now there are 350 people, from low kindergarten till to the middle school. So we built in 1 year. Nobody of us work there. We just do the financial help, and all the valley help to build the school, because the most of them, they are farmers. So when the rice is planted, the seed is there, they have time and they work. We paid them, so they get some money, they work hard, they are very, very good workers, and we are happy. We start in February to build, and in October, November, I fly there to make the inauguration festival. So with this school, we put on the media, Facebook and so on, and a lot of people start to know us and to help to have a good approach to our projects. So during the years we made a project every year. So now in 2021 we have 10 schools already built. We have 3 houses for orphans houses. There are a little bit about 70-80 children without parents. They live there. And now the last 2 years we have a big collaboration with 2 houses where there are disabled children, and we bring some orthopedical equipment in order to make these children the possibility to walk, because they have a home accidents with the hot water, and so some of them never stay and walk. So with the help with prostheses and other things that for us are normal, but there it costs a lot of money. They can have a normally life. Of course, they get a shelter. They get regular food. They visit a school, but now we help them how to walk, and this is successful for us. Satisfaction is that 2 young ladies that I found in the first class in 2000, they make all the schools, and now they are teacher in the first school, no? And it's very good. It's very good. Our job, the most for the ladies, because in Nepal the culture say first the young boy, and the young lady stay at home for help. So I was surprised because in the first years I go in the class and I see 2 ladies, only 2 ladies, and I ask, well, how is possible this one? I know I have 1 sister but stay at home. I go home and I ask why the boy is in the school and the lady is not at school. I don't have money. Okay, it's bad, but I know this, and I tell them, if I find a sponsor, a friend of mine, he will pay the school. There are $120 per year, but tomorrow you have to bring the lady, the daughter, in the school. And so we move in this trend, and we was, after 3 or 4 years, one of the first schools in Nepal where the ladies was more than the boys, and this fact brings us a lot of happiness. We are making like a family, you know, and we are happy that we found people that very honest was. Every of the 18 projects has is a NGO, a small NGO. They have under the Nepali rules, so they will be controlled every year. They have the 1 bank account every project, so they learn how the administration do, how to do in the right way all the things. and this was a big step for them to do this one. The point is that we never went there and say we want to do this one. After 2-3 years, I was very new there in this area. They know that in fall I come there, so some clans, tribus wait me. They want to have a meeting with me, to show me the problems, and of course I visit them every year to check if the problem was possible to solve, in which way. So when I come back, I speak with my people, with the management, and then we start one project per year. So after 20 years, we had 18 projects. I had a lucky life. I study, I get the job immediately, and so one thought was away. And I was a volunteer in many associations. I am 45 years by the fire brigade here in order to save our wood. So for us is something, the mountains teach this, to share, and that is get automatically. I am lucky because I made many sports. I was a ski teacher, I go bicycling, I go climbing, and this one I found with 43 years. I couldn't believe that one time I do this one, but for me it's like not a job, it's a pleasure. It becomes a part of my life, and it's not easy, as you told me, but it's no problem. It's a small problem that we solve every day, and I have a lot of facilities because I started with this work, so I have all in my mind. I don't need to study or to remember because I have here. So for me it's like my second family. It's a part, it's a really an important part of my life. Look, you have an opportunity, other people made this, you can do it if you want. Don't say it's difficult, it's not difficult. I give you the example. I am civil engineer, I am not doctor, but I made already. And a lot of people like me, near me, do it. So you can do too. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Follow your thought, your heart, and we will try a solution. Don't be afraid. We are the example that you can do. Sustainability, as like you say, is a big word. And now it's a little bit in fashion. But my father, my grandfather, they have done the sustainability. Because when you plant a tree, you are sure that you will not use this tree. You do for other people. And this is a big thought, you understand? And when you live in a theater, a natural theater, this come inside of you, and you have just to follow, because if they didn't make as like as they have done, here was the desert, you know. But this green, I have to say thank to my father, to my grandfather, that I can stay here and enjoy it. So it's my duty to preserve this one, to pay attention, not to destroy. It's too easy to destroy. We have a lot of responsibility on this way. We have to think about this a lot, and it's not difficult. We must follow more the nature. Otherwise, the nature will beat us up, and now it happens often and often.